Alrighty, everybody. It's been a while since I've done one of this. Hopefully it works. I'm gonna start with some UC Davis, and then tomorrow I will try to get some River City stuff. So UC Davis, I have a 4 here, and I have the 8. Let's start with the 8 here really quick. I'm gonna try to keep it short. Not bad. I know that Julia also took some video with the GoPro. So we're gonna take a look at it later. I need to download it and all that stuff. So let's do this video right now. So let's start at the finish on. No, let's start at the catch. Why not? Yeah, let's start at the catch here. I see there Catherine and Keely. Pretty good intention there with the square up. I think that I also see Sydney there, pretty good, and some other folks. Let me look it up a little bit. So everybody doing pretty good with the square up there, but then it looks like we have Sophie touching the water, and then I think it's Olivia and Stella not bad there, but let's see, the angles are a little off too there. So ideally, because the water here is pretty good, we want to like have a nice square up there. Like, I like that what you guys are doing. So remember, around here we want to square up and then be ready to place. Okay, so ports pretty good there, catching. You guys square up and then you're ready to go. I think that we could probably even keep it a little bit sharper there, but Catherine, that catch looks good. I would just say probably a little bit more lat engagement like we talked. There's still a little bit more of shoulder and a little bit of overreaching, basically, because I can see your knees opening up a little bit there. So yeah, Sophie and it looks like Olivia, we want to try to square up just a tiny bit earlier, okay? Like around 3/4 slide right there, so we're ready to place if the water is good, if the conditions in the water are good. Then entry wise, not bad. We're gonna take a look at the Julia's video later on. I would say here a little bit starboards, a little bit skying Rachel and Karina. I don't know if you can see here a little bit off. Karina, I think that we're dropping the shoulder a little bit as well, so we're gonna keep an eye on that this week. And then I believe, let me see. I'm tired, you guys. It's like daylight savings is hard. Hi, Sullivan. I'll put the blue into the water here. And I can see Rachel kind of rowing it in. Karina kind of rowing it in as well. I cannot see the others really well on port. Stella, we're going to take a look at it from the side there. And Sophie, I would say I think this is more like for your forearms. It looks like you twist your wrist a lot here, and you can see it. So I would probably say like try to like feather a little bit more with the palm of your hands and the fingers rather than with the whole wrist. I don't know if you can see there how like bended it is. But then it looks pretty relaxed on the drive, or at least it looks like that. Let me see. Yeah. I'm gonna take a look at it again. Let's move forward a little bit there. I also realized in this video, I can tell like we're a little bit, Karina, I don't know if you can see, we're leaning a little bit towards the port side there. So don't worry about trying to set up the boat and stuff. And probably, Olivia, let me check, make sure that you are also like finishing a little bit more even. Yes. So yeah, Karina, see this angle here, how we're leaning a little bit. There's a little bit of wiggle waggle. So think about finishing more towards your side. Okay. Let's see what else we got there. So as we drive there, now we're gonna start the finish there again. A little bit of uneven bodies there. I would like to see more body over from you guys. From the stern. I think that we're missing just a second. My cat is being dramatic. Sullivan. Go. Come on, go. He's on a diet, so he has to eat separately because he's chunky. Alrighty, so let's restart to see where we were. Yeah, I think that we could benefit a little bit. Bow 3 mostly, like a little bit more holding the knees down and stern. The middle of the boat, like Keely, Sydney, and Stella, doesn't look too bad there. And I cannot see. Yes, Olivia, you're raising your knees a little bit too high as well. So same with stern pair, giving it a little bit more time at the higher rates is really important. So again, we had the square up there. I would say probably like, I know that's all I'm saying these last days, but I want to keep reminding you guys to back that blade in a little bit. But let's stop with the blade work. Let's talk about those catches position because we're overreaching a lot. Catherine is getting better. Not as much overreaching there. I still see a little bit of the shoulder up there. So if it seems to you like we want to think about not letting that shoulder on your right side drop, okay? Like we want to keep it nice and controlled there. We have the tendency of this team, so we want to think like, yes, probably it's going to drop a little bit, but we want to keep thinking about the shoulders there. Straight line. We shouldn't have like the right shoulder down and the left one up, right? We want to kind of keep it on the same spot. Keely, a lot of overreaching there. I'm sure you can see it on your knees. So remember, we want to try to place a little bit with the knees together. And that's going to help our power here because right now, like applying the power like this is going to hurt your body if like we go like that. Okay, like it's like doing a squat. Yes, we want to make sure that we get the full on squat, but we don't drop our body between the knees before we engage the legs, okay? Sydney, shoulder, you can see it right there. So it stays good here, and then you can see bleep, going up a little bit. A little bit to Stella, same thing, a little bit with the shoulders there. Let's go to another stroke, see if I can get it more from the side. And Sid, I think that you could Sid and Karina there. Rachel, not bad there with the entry, but I think that we could keep the blades a little bit closer to the water, just a tiny bit. Doesn't look terrible though. And then there, Sydney, you can see the arm bending a little bit. Let's see what else we got in the bow. Let's take another stroke. Stella, the overreaching still a little bit there. Same with Keely, right? We opened the knees a little bit too much. And we're going to talk about it, Olivia and Rachel as well. Again, Catherine is getting better, so good job, Catherine. But those knees still a bit together. Remember, don't let the body fall between the knees. Don't let the arms or the shoulders fall between the knees. Think about the knees acting like a wall. Right there, Sydney is a good example there. Think about acting like a wall. And Sophie there is good too. Thinking about keeping a straight line on the shins. When the shins are vertical, then we place the blade. Because if we just keep going, like that will cause, like, one, the overreach, and two, as I was talking with Keely, they're going to put the blade into the water, and the power is not going to be applied correctly because we're applying it with, this weird position that we have to catch. That's not a strong position. So yeah, Karina, we talked about the leaning a little bit. Let me go back a little bit. I think that that's probably our priority right now, making sure that we're not leaning away. Let's try to think about sitting straight up on the seat, like if we were schooling, right? So that same sitting up on the seat, nice and tall, right there. So I think that we should take a look at that and make sure that sitting up straight is probably quite important right now, because again, it looks like probably we're not. It happens sometimes, guys, that it looks like, but I'm not leaning. Like the brain will tell us, like, you're not leaning, you're okay. But then it looks like we're leaning and wobbling. So sometimes the way I like to think about it, this will sound so wrong. So like right now, probably you feel like, oh, I'm sitting straight, like I am not like leaning to any side. Think about ignoring that and think about now I'm gonna lean a little bit more towards my left side. Okay, because then that will be straight up and it won't be leaning. I know it might sound weird. It's like, why do you want me to lean to the left? But I think that might help. And then Olivia and Rachel there. Olivia, know that you're stronger on starboard. We talked about it. A little bit of feather there with the onwards hand. And compare yourself with Stella there. See how Stella is here at the chest? And Keely, they follow each other pretty well. And look at us, our hands, how quick they are already, like in different. Same with Catherine, guys. Like, see here, like right now they're getting like they're not done getting the hands out completely, Olivia, and your hands already good to go. So think about giving it a little bit more patience there, and remember, all 8 of us thinking about getting the hands out first, and then the body follows. Okay, but we have to do this by floating, controlling, and give it patience. Boom, put the blade into the water, and we meet and we go out together. It doesn't have to be like so quick, like boom boom, like it has to be like we finish, boom. So right now I think that this rate was like what, 26, 28, I don't remember. It was quite on the lower rate. When we go higher with the rate, then of course the hands are gonna go quicker. But right now we don't want to try at this fall season, we don't want to try like, to make it bouncy. I call it bouncy because it looks like your hair like bounces from the chest and then to the catch. So keep the control there. And then Rachel, I cannot see you really well, my friend. But I can tell you've been working on trying to finish a little bit more even on the seat rather than leaning too much. I can still see your shoulder a little bit, kind of like pulling it. I don't know if you can see how deep the blade goes because of that. Same to you, Sydney. Look at when you guys are lifting your shoulders, what's happening over here. I cannot see it on port side. Port side, we'll try to find another video. But see here how deep we're going, right? So a little bit less shoulder. I know that it's not easy, but keep thinking about it. I think that that's going to help our technique a lot, because if we relax the shoulder, we pack those lats, we're going to feel the same as we were feeling when we were doing the arm bar, right, on Friday. So I think that, that will make a difference. The thing, Rachel, is that I don't think I am seeing as much of a whip. I think that you're using your legs a little bit more. And again, we talked about it when we spinned. I think that it was when we spinned that we wanted to get a little bit more legs there. I don't know if you can see there how we're rowing it in and the legs go down pretty quick. Yeah, like that. So we want to give it a little bit more length there, a little bit more resistance. Again, guys, like we did on Tuesday, we want to see if we can feel the whole fan of the erg when we bring it up to a 10. Make sure that we feel that endurance in the water, okay? And then the first strokes, and then when it's nice and rowing well, like then it should be feeling light. A light boat is a good boat, but we have to feel the endurance first, okay? We have to like feel like we're moving the boat. We have to feel like we're loading it, right? And then once you get the speed, once you get into the groove, then that will feel so effortless, and that's gonna be a good boat. Okay, I'm sure I missed some stuff, but let's go to the 4. I'm tired. These daylight savings are awful. Here we have the 4. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Hi, Mira. You wanna come say hi? You wanna come say hi? Hey, everybody's working so hard. You guys work so hard. There you go. That's the the teenager now. She's not a kitten anymore. Kids are growing up so fast. Alrighty, guys. So let's take a look at this four. The first thing that I'm looking at regular speed is like, see on port side we can see it really well. See how we're staying the leg drive and the blade is not into the water. We're gonna do it frame by frame now. Even on starboard you can peek a little bit. So, hi Mira. Oh, you what a good girl. She's gonna be my assistant today. Are you gonna be my assistant? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hi, cats. Hi Ella. You're looking at me like hoy. Listening to them. There was a point that she was looking at me as well. Okay, so let's think about it like on the finish. Let's start again at the finish. Again here, I then CC a little better on that one. I feel like you were laying back a little bit more with Ella and Devin. I still would like you to encourage to like, I think that keeping the head like this is making our like layback not as much, not as effective as we like. So remember to keep looking up, keep your head up nice and proud. We can also see a little bit of like the different speed at the hands away. Here, see how all the hands are a little bit different. So Grace, we were talking about the layback being a little bit too much. So we want to think about sitting up a little bit more, right? So then we don't get stuck here and we can travel away with the rest of the crew, right? So this layback here is just too much. So think about finishing, right? Here's where the layback should be, right here. That's enough. That's more than enough, right there. Like this one right here, even would be okay. And then we're talking about like the hands away, body over. See how like we are not quite doing it yet, so that's really important. Even when we bring the weight up, think about holding those knees down a little bit longer till they are right here. The hands, then the knees here should be going up. Okay, so that's why it's important to get the hands away, body over, swing with the body, just as we were doing straight arms. Okay, or when we do straight arms stay straight, that we kind of do that swing. Intention to catch there, CC, good job. Getting it a little bit in the square, I see it on Grace too. Then I think you were touching the water a little bit. And then Ella, not bad. The intention is there. As we go to the catch together, again, a little bit, not too much layback, and not too much body over, sorry. See how much time we're spending here at the catch. The blade should have gone in right here. Here's where we should put the blade into the water. And we keep going and waiting. And then we start the drive and the blade is into the water. That's what I mean, like when you guys are rowing it in. That's what rowing it in means, that you're just like hanging out here and then bleep, like just waiting. Think about being sharp, like right here, this position here, the blade should be into the water. We should be good to go. We should put it in and start at the quarter, squeeze those heels and just push with the legs, getting that length. And again, you can see here, all of us a little bit. Grace, I like that you keep the body over forward while you push with the legs, and then you have a really strong swing. But again, a little bit still too much layback, and it looks like you're leaning a lot towards your side. We're gonna talk about this later. But Devin, you can see here how like you're rowing it in. And I don't know if you can see now your blade and you're looking at me now. Let's get another frame. That's silly. So let's see. Oh, that one was better, but still see how like we're not finishing quite together, guys. So see here how like, you know, we're washing out the Devin. We're going a little bit deep. That's because like we're not catching and placing together. So let's go back to that catch really quick. We're gonna go back into that. I got distracted. Grace, again, your hands dropping a lot. And Ella, see how like you're kind of like, well, we're talking with Sophie. Cece actually here looks like, see that she's keeping the rectangle there, so that's good. there. So that's a pretty okay position. CC, I think that I would like to see more body over and like the body a little bit forward, like the rest of the crew. You're really sitting straight up. But I don't know if you can see, Ella, how like you're dropping and overreaching with the left shoulder. So think about packing the shoulder a little bit more. Same to you, Devin. It looks like that catch position is a bit weak. So thinking about not letting that shoulder keep going forward. So we put the blade into the water here. And then here is kind of like when we're like muscling. See how much body there is there, CC. Ella, not bad. Devin, because we're rowing it in a little bit here, it feels like we are just not quite connected. I don't know if you can see that. I don't see suspension on the seat. I don't see like boom. I don't see like the fire on the seat. I don't see the fire in the legs. Like we should have like, you know, big muscles there and just like, and see how quick your legs go. But again, this example is a little bit weird, right? Because like CC, because you pull so much with your upper body there, the legs are also quite inefficient. And Ella, let's see. Not bad. I think that we could like lengthen it up a little bit more there. So there's a little bit of like the grab with the shoulder there that we were talking about. So I think that it could be a little bit more effective there. But yeah, see like how like, you know, see how long does it take you to finish the stroke with the legs, because we're relying too much with the body. And then Grace, I like the idea of keeping the body forward. There's good suspension there, but again, because we're dropping the hand and we're bringing it up, that's a lot of movement, right? So you want to try to keep that adjustment a little bit more gentle and connect a little bit more, because what's happening here, see how you're starting the live drive here and the blade is still traveling. So same thing there. And CC, like a little bit more forward, okay? Like I wish I could draw in here, but think about more like of a 85-degree angle forward there, like the rest of the crew. And again, as we talked here at the finish, we want to make sure we sit up a little bit more, we look forward. And yeah, Devin, let's see if I can take a look at your plate. So we put the blade into the water here, a little bit of hesitation again, we're rowing it in, we're hesitating, we're waiting. Here the blade should be, we should not be catching here, we should be catching right here. Again, Devin, see how your shoulder is dropping. Think about, guys, rotating towards the pin, not down. We're rotating towards the pin, so the turn, like we're doing Russian twists, like we're thinking about rotating with the waist. Yeah, that's the waist. Yes, with the torso, rotating with the waist, not with the shoulders. The shoulders should be packed like an armbar, and we should go. And then here we can see, I'm sure that you guys will see stuff. So right now it's just, yeah, so see Grace and Devin, we're washing out a little bit there, and you guys are going a little bit deep. There's a little bit of a rainbow there, Ella. A little bit there too, Grace. I think that we have a little bit of rainbow hands. CC, not bad. But it looks like we're feathering with the outside hand. And Devin, you'll see here to also like the wash out. We both were washing out, and like again, like it looks like we're moving water, all four of us, rather than moving the boat, because like it doesn't feel connected, it doesn't feel like efficient. Okay, so still learning one step at a time. Again, hope this is helpful. But yeah, try to keep working on these little details, okay? This basic stuff, the basics make such a difference, you guys, okay? All right.